All right. Hello, everybody who's joining. We have 4 people connected for now, so let's wait another bit still. Maybe let's give it another minute, and then we can start today's session on Ventrata Web Analytics in action. Oh, okay. We're adding more and more people. That's great. Okay, cool. So hi everyone. Thanks a lot for joining. It's great to have you here. My name is Gianmarco. Some of you I might have met, others maybe I haven't. I'm the head of sales of Europe at Ventrata. And today with me, who's going to be the main host of today's session, is Jakub, our data and analytics lead. And yeah, today is all about, well, our web analytics in action. And just a few housekeeping pointers before we start. Session is being recorded, so yeah, you'll receive the full recording afterwards, whether you're watching this LinkedIn, just drop your questions in the comment section and we'll bring them into discussion or address them during our Q&A. So yeah, thanks for that. And once again, I'm Gianmarco, head of sales. Jakub joining with me, data analytics lead, and today we're going to show you our web analytics in action. And before I leave the word to Jakub, I would want to start with a pretty staggering statistic. And that statistic is that roughly 90% of checkout sessions never result in a purchase. So despite all the efforts and all the work that maybe operators like yourself or anyone who does e-commerce puts into place, at the end of the day, many people leave the checkout without buying. Some of that behavior is totally normal from what we observe because people browse, people compare. There might be something small that could be a bit confusing, but there could be an upsell that maybe isn't exactly the best to propose in the upsell process. So, there's a variety of reasons, but I mean, that's exactly why at Ventrata we are heavily going into the data analytics space, and Jakub's team. There's more people that are getting added to this team as well. So we are very excited today to showcase this to you. And once again, if there's any questions along the way, please drop them and we'll pick them up as we speak and have time at the end as well. Jakub, I leave it to you.
Hello, everyone. I would say nice to see you all, but I see only Gianmarco and myself. So I hope that on the call there's someone I've already spoken to. For you, it will be kind of repeat session, but like Gianmarco said, this will be focused on web product analytics that are connected to our checkout widget performance. So everything you will see is already deployed. It will be showcased on the live environment. So if you deem to wish to join this feature, you will be able to do so after the webinar. There's one prerequisite which I will explain along the meeting, but for now, what we will talk about today. We will focus on the live demo, so I will showcase the most important parts of a dashboard that we built to actually do the performance metrics, and we will also jump through the A/B testing capabilities, and I will showcase how it looks like and what has been already built. So let's jump into the session now. If you can, Dominic, put up the screen sharing. Thank you. So this is a UI that most of you are already recognizing. So this will be part of it. This is how it will look like. Under the Save dashboards, you will see something along the lines of Web Product Analytics. This is demo, so what you will see is example data. If you click on it, there will be a dashboard which I already have preloaded, so we are not wasting our time with specifics. The dashboard by itself is rather huge. There's a lot of charts, lot of sections, loads of informations. So I'm not going through everything on this session, but I would rather pick up some key elements that I feel that can help you measure your web analytics on the checkout widget. Like every great dashboard, it starts with some KPI, so key performance metrics. It's average order value, items purchased, gross revenue, checkout completion rate. I will be talking about a lot of metrics and a lot of names will be used during this session. All of this is well documented. We have it shared with everyone. It was also shared during the announcement like 2 months ago. So you all should be having access to every single documentation. But for this demo purposes, there's also a glossary, and you will have the glossary on the dashboard if you access it as well. So everything is well described. And if I'm talking about checkout completion rate, the checkout completion rate by itself measures the percentage of users who, after initiating the checkout process, go on to complete the purchase. So in the plain terms, when customer clicks on buy now, the checkout widget pops up, and after the successful or unsuccessful purchase, there's confirmation page. So that's where the checkout completion rate ends. So these are the KPI metrics. The other segment that I would like to talk about, which our tooling is enabling you, is geolocation and checkout usage. But the most important part is the checkout funnels. The checkout funnels by itself are explaining and showcasing you how your user base is behaving with the checkout. So basically, whenever they click on important events that we have identified, like selecting a ticket, which is select unit, or selecting the date, time, add to cart, view cart, all the other important stuff, you will see it in a form of funnel. So basically, it describes how many users are completing respective after step. So in this case, you can clearly see that a lot of people are entering the session, but are dropping off right in the first view that they can see. So in the view where they can select date, time, and the units. So this is like the key part of the dashboard, which I feel can help a lot of people to understand how the user base is behaving. As you can see, there's only 10 events in the funnel, but on the backend side of things, we have a lot more events. This is described in documentation, which is called tracking manual. There's like 25 events, even for cross-sell, upsell, quotes, waitlists, gifts. There's a lot of things. But this is the main and the most, let's say, simple flow that can describe every single checkout. So that's why this is here. But as we gather all the events, the checkout funnel can be amended. It can be improved and it can be designed to your specific needs. So basically, if you would like to track checkout funnel where there is a cross-sell option in the flow, we can edit and we can focus on that part as well. So this is the funnels. The other thing that the tooling is actually enabling us, and in the end enabling you, is distribution per key attributes. We identified key elements like device, browser, product, your product, promotions, and a lot other stuff that can be split. So the same metrics that we used in a KPIs can be split into the specific attributes. Like in this example, you can see that we can split the gross revenue per devices and see what is performing and how. This goes also to the checkout funnel. So you can clearly see, if I go into the details of this example, that the mobile is actually converting on a much higher rate than the desktop, which is in this example too high of a difference. In reality, the numbers should be at least to a similar degree, because you don't want a mobile application to be performing at such a higher rates. So that's the distribution. There's also, within the distribution, there's also a trends that are consisting of last 30 days of data for the same metrics. I will skip through all the other distributions, because on the dashboard, there's the distribution per country, like I said, the distribution per product, and a lot more. Like I mentioned with the funnels, everything can be amended. Everything that we describe in the tracking manual can be added to the dashboard. We send a lot of data into the data layer, which is basically the same thing that we send to this tooling. So we can speak about that. We can design it to further help you, your specific cases. And the third part of the
And
dashboard.
on that note, sorry, Jakub, I'm just gonna remind participants if they wanna drop questions exactly in our comment section, please do so, because you already showed quite a lot of stuff there. So yeah, feel free to drop the questions. But yeah, sorry.
Great. Yeah, that's a fair point. So the last part of the dashboard, and even though I am clicking through the panes, it is still the same dashboard. I just don't want to scroll the things. So the last part of this dashboard is historical performance trends, which for now, for everyone that will be rolling out into this feature, will be non-existent. But after some time, after a month or two, you will see, and you can utilize this part of the dashboard where you will be able to see a long-terms, month-over-month metrics, and a lot of other things. Okay, so that's to the dashboard. Then the key part of this web product analytics feature or portfolio is also the A/B testing, where you can actually test any kind of product configuration, like adding cross-sell into the flow, adding upsell to the flow, upgrades, or maybe changing the titles, changing the descriptions, or maybe even like lowering the price to see whether the demand is there for even the higher prices. This is what you will see in the end after the test has been done. This is showcasing you exactly what it will look like in the future. So if you do the control test, and for example, in this disabled click, we can imagine that we disabled a cross-sell from the flow. You will see which variant is performing better, whether it is statistically significant, and what you should do with the tested flow. The huge caveat of this part is that we can actually test anything under the product configuration. So what you will need to do is just to configure two distinct product IDs, where one of the features or one of the configuration is different. Everything else will be on us. So we will put it into the production, but we will wait for your tell. So we will wait when we should start it, when we should end it, to how big of a population we should roll it out, because it can be rolled out to only, let's say, 10% of your whole population. So it cannot do any harm if deemed necessary, and a lot of other things. This is how it will work. But there's also one huge prerequisite for this whole web product analytics suite. And that is that everyone that would want to enroll in this would need to integrate CMP, which is consent management platform, which basically gathers consent from your end users for us to be GDPR and other European Union compliance kind of things. So we are not in breach of any legislation within the Europe, and are not exposing us or you as our clients to any potential damages. We have built an API. Yeah, go, Jean-Marco.
Yeah, we have a question from the audience, Jakub. The question is, yeah, I can see some view recordings options. Is this similar to Microsoft Clarity?
Microsoft what? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Clarity, Microsoft Clarity. Is this similar? There was the view recordings options. Is this similar to Microsoft Clarity? Is the question from the audience.
I don't have any knowledge about Microsoft Clarity.
We can
If
take
you
this
are,
with us.
if you are actually talking about the session recordings, yes, the tooling enables us to session record every single user that is under the consent. And we can clearly see what they are doing in each and every part of the flow. But that's for now only our ability. We are not yet able to share this with you.
Okay. Another question from the audience, which I think you were gonna get to, so it flows very nicely, is how do we set up all this lovely stuff that you're showing us?
Okay, so the first thing first. Like I was in the middle of my speech, everyone that would like to set up such dashboard needs to have the consent management platform on their website, and they need to send the results of the consents to our API endpoint. It's pretty straightforward, and we have a documentation that was shared within the email communication or announcement that we did. We can also share it once more if there will be need for it. I saw some clients to also do this through their already existing GTM. So they are sending the consent results through the GTM, and it is pretty straightforward, and it should be one script that will send the consent. Once this has been done, I will set up the dashboard and you will have access. That's it.
Beautiful.
That's
Thanks.
actually why we are trying to do this. It's for anyone who doesn't want to go with external companies or maybe develop it by themselves inside any tool or use Google Analytics. They can have this on their hands instantly just by the CMP integration. Afterwards, everything is covered by us.
Thank you very much, Jakub. And a few other questions pouring in, which is amazing to see. One, which I think we were actually going to cover shortly, which is on Google Analytics. So, are we able to find out where the user has come from, like we can in Google Analytics 4? Would it tell us who came from PPC, organic, direct, etc.?
We can utilize UTM parameters. So if you have set up your UTM parameters, we should be able to do this. And we are on the backend side of things with our front-end engineering teams. We are already working on doing this through us, utilizing the initial referring domain where there is gclit and other IDs that are referring to specific campaigns, to specific referring domains like Google, Facebook, and everything else. But this is still under development, and I cannot give you a specific ETA for now.
Okay. Thank you for that. And sorry, to close the loop on this topic, actually, because we were going to cover this, someone who already has J4 set up, Google Analytics, like, why would a customer need this on top of it, just to close that loop?
It really depends. I think Google Analytics and the tooling that we can provide are, to a degree, very similar, but there's a lot of features that we can provide that Google Analytics cannot. But I think the most advantage of this solution, the best advantage of this solution is that we will do it by ourselves. I saw a lot of struggle with setting up the GTM, to set up the text, set up the variables, setting up the whole GA4 or Google Analytics. Maybe some of our customers will have external teams. Maybe someone has big enough internal team to do this. But for anyone who doesn't want to do it in-house, who doesn't want to take care of it, who doesn't want to invest in maintaining the whole solution, This is where we provide the big advantage, and basically we are giving you everything without the need of technical teams.
That's awesome, and thanks for covering that. I'll keep on with the questions and thank the audience in the meantime, because those are really good questions that help everyone. So Michelle is asking us, we are in the process of moving our entire ticketing system over to Ventrata. At the moment, we only make use of web checkouts and OTAs. We have historical data and relying more on PAX numbers and revenue. We will be able to import our historical data to make use of the historic measures.
I don't know whether this question is actually concerning the bookings, tickets, and revenue that dashboard can support, or whether we are talking about the web product widget like event stuff. So if it is our dashboard, I think we can import tickets, but this is not my field of expertise, so I don't want to give a green light to something that is not possible. So we can get back to you. When it comes to the web product analytics, so the events data about the customer behavior on a web checkout widget, that part we cannot do. We cannot import historical data.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Then we have another question is, can we use any content management platform? And isn't a CMP platform obligatory anyway in any website in Europe?
First things first, yes, CMP platform is obligatory
CMP.
in Europe, but we have a lot of clients from the US or from the other countries. So that's why I am specifically mentioning it. And it should be, we've never had, I've never encountered any CMP platform that we wouldn't be able to connect. It can be more difficult, but that's it.
Cool. I hope that answers the question for the audience. And yeah, we still have a few things that we wanted to cover actually. So I mean, I have a few questions which are part of like the most common questions that we got on this topic. One we already covered, the other few we already have. Before we go into that, do we want to give an insight as well, Jakub, on how we propose this, pricing wise and service wise?
Okay, if I can ask to screen share my desktop once more, thank you. So this is the pricing plans. This is also available to anyone that would like to go through it. But we have two plans. One is free, and it will stay for free for forever, basically. And you will be able to access the dashboard, but it will be set to have only the last 14 days worth of data. That's the only caveat. So you won't be able to utilize the historical trends. And you can do one specific A/B test. So this is for us to give you the ability to actually play with this feature set, with this suite, and see for yourself whether it makes sense or not. If it makes sense and you would like to see more data and more things, there's 500 per month fee, which is covering up to 100,000 events per month, which from my own experiences would cover like 90% of our clients. So for 90% of our clients, they will be set with this fee and they don't need to pay anything else. There's dedicated above fees after the set 100,000 events, which are mentioned here as well. And you will have access to unlimited A/B tests. That's it. There's like
And
no
I mean,
hidden.
with all this breadth of data and the positive impact it inevitably would have on conversions, I guess, the fee becomes something that is very quickly absorbed, and you also get to, deep dive into this with our experts from the analytics team. So I think I think that's great. A few more questions. Dominic, I saw you shared the how-to link, so thank you for that. Another question we have from Emily is, rectified question. Google shows us traffic and clicks across the website and total conversions, while the dashboard shows us user activity after Book Now button is clicked, and where the cart may get abandoned more specifically. True or false? I'll leave you 30 seconds to read.
Traffic, please. Yes, we are not showing within this dashboard landing on page. This is not the scope of this product analytics. It is mainly focused on the web checkout widget because this is a feature of ours and we cannot resolve like things on your website on your behalf. But there's one caveat. For anyone using our CMS, we are already having plans for the future to add the CMS part of things into the whole dashboard. So for anyone using the CMS, we will be able to track everything from customer landing on page till the successful purchase or abandoning the page.
Perfect. I have a few quick ones for you. So I think GDPR compliance we already covered. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean,
Yes.
so that's a good one. That comes obviously up a lot from our European customer base. We have another question from a few other questions from our audience. So Marty's asking us, as part of the KPI, you mentioned details to each product. Would that include things built as options and promotions within Ventrata?
Yes.
Nice. Cool. Then we have Johan. Hello, just to make sure to understand. It's an additional cost, right? We have it's an add-on product. Yes. So it's either the starter or the $500 month. And we have a question also from Alan. It would be possible to specify Google tag for each individual product to segment campaigns according to products and areas. Metrics by country and province would also be good. So
I think metrics by country, it's already there. I don't know about the province, so I cannot tell about that. But every single geolocation thing we are gathering from the IP addresses from the customers. So anything that can be tied to IP address can be actually distributed within the dashboard. But I would need to show, but the country is there. And I don't know what was the second part of the question.
Yeah, it's up there, yeah.
Yes.
In province as well.
Yes, that should be possible as well.
Yeah. On my side, quickly, like this is something that has come up a lot, not in this session, but overall. Like, how long before a customer actually has enough data to make decisions against, this new capability that we're showcasing?
One more, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No, I was saying that one thing that we've come across a lot when revealing this new product is customers asking us, okay, but like, is there a sweet spot as to what is enough data that is required in order to make decisions? Like, is there like a golden benchmark of, data points that you need to collect in order to make reliable decisions, basically?
Yeah, I would say for funnel and other charts that we showcased, the week data should be meaningful and you can see meaningful patterns. So that I would say to every single chart that you have seen on the dashboard, when it comes to the A/B testing, it really depends on the size of the effect you are trying to detect and your traffic volume. And basically to how big of a population we will roll it out. It's really tricky question, because for a larger client, it can be within days or weeks. For a smaller client where there's really low volume, it can take much more time. So I would say that let's talk about this on specific meetings where we can
Yeah.
discuss those things.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Jakub. And I'll just give a heads up to the audience. If there's any more questions, we can keep the floor open for another however long we need, like 30 seconds to have more questions pour in. In the meantime, I would like to thank everybody who took the time to attend this webinar. We hope it was insightful and exciting to see what we're showcasing. If you have any questions or wanna go further with this topic, then obviously, if you're a customer, you can reach out to your customer success manager. If you're a soon-to-be customer, feel free to reach out to your appointed sales manager or to me. Yeah, this is one of the new exciting things that we are in the process of rolling out, and hopefully we'll see also more and more conversions increase, which will help both the operators and us. No more questions. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining, and we'll see you soon.